It seems more possible than ever. Banjo coming to Smash. Let's talk about it.
Blocked content.
What's happening, my block buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Blocked Content's Leak Speak. My name is Callum. This is going to be your content for today. Guys, it's a doozy. We gotta talk about this because the internet has been blowing up. Even, the gaming news sites have been reporting this one. So we know we got a big one on our hands when everybody's kind of talking about it. I want to give my 2 cents on this because there's a lot of information. Some are little tiny details that I want to talk about with you guys, but it basically looks like a lot of stuff is coming to Super Smash Brothers that a lot of people have wanted for a very, very long time. And I myself am super excited. E3 is just a few days away. I can't wait to see all the press conferences. I've just watched the Stadia one, the Google one. It was great. A lot of cool reveals, a lot of cool games, and the way that it works is awesome. But I just can't wait for the big 3. Well, actually, Sony's not happening, but we know that Xbox is happening, and we know we got a great Nintendo Direct coming with possibly some Smash news, and on that front, we have a lot more info too. And for those of you guys who like giveaways, of course, we are giving away a Piranha Plant plushie. Remember to like this video, subscribe to Block Content, and comment down below why you should enter for this giveaway, why you want to win this thing, and why you should be the puppet master for this cute plant boy. Alright guys, let's get into this. I don't want to beat around the bush. This thing comes from GameFAQs, GameSpot.com, and is basically on a board where this leaker known as Vergiben, right? He has been getting attention for the longest time. We don't know much about this person other than a lot of leaks in the past have happened. This person's got a lot of sources, got a lot of things wrong in the past, got many things right, and the things that this person got wrong in the past weren't that gigantic. We're kind of like happenstance kind of stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of people believing this person, this Vergiben person, and due to like the Grinch leak, a lot of people, including myself, have gone a bit desensitized towards leaks and all that kind of stuff. So to me, if you've been following Blocked content for the past couple of videos, you know that we like to cover leaks and we cover rumors, and we do that in like a lighthearted tone. We like to talk about possibilities, but I haven't believed like the major ones for the past couple of days, for the past couple of weeks, because, not all that much evidence is popping up. However, some are clever, some are great, but this one is something different because not very often do you hear the phrase, not 100%, but 99% sure, and that's what we're talking about here. Vergiben actually said in a thread on GameFAQs, that's where he actually posts, so this is the real deal, the real person, and he actually posts, someone says, what's happening with Banjo in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Is this character coming? And he basically said, I heard today that regarding Banjo and Kazooie being one of the Fighters Pass characters, they are DLC, but not 100%. 99% for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That came from my most proven and main source. So yeah, of course, all these people have all these different sources, people on the inside, people that are linked to people on the inside, but this is for my most proven and main source, so someone who's given information that was trusted that turned out to be real stuff, right? So is to be believed if we are believing this person. Then he goes on to say there is a 1% chance it's not them. Yes, but it is surely the closest to a confirmation you can get right now. Something about this is weird because a lot of people at E3, like that are building it up right now, that have actually spotted the Banjo Kazooie logo on a couple of stands for third-party kind of stuff. So what could it be? Could it be the Banjo Kazooie logo for like a Nintendo stand? Could it be something like a Rare Replay kind of thing? Could it be a revitalization of the franchise that's coming? Because all these toy things are looking like, hey, it's likely that Banjo is going to get some new kind of a form, a new physical kind of a form to it, because all this merchandise is now getting announced. Well, there's a 1% chance it's not them. And 99%, I'm not saying like that's a big deal. That's a huge deal. I mean, 99% for this character, that's the most favor that we could have ever heard. And of course, a person said, can you explain what this means? Unless you worded it wrong, is this implying they could be DLC for an entirely different game or different iteration of Smash, like a different Smash game? Or did you word it weird and just meant for a different Fighter's Pass? And then Vergman actually goes out and said, Banjo and Kazooie is all but outright able to be confirmed as a DLC fighter for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on my end. So that's, of course, already worded a little bit strangely, but yes, it is actually saying Banjo and Kazooie are all but confirmed, like are very close to actually being confirmed. Like they haven't seen renders, they haven't seen gameplay, but a person on the inside is giving the information, saying a 99% confirmation is close enough. There is that 1% chance it isn't, but it's looking like Shinobi 602 wasn't teasing people for no reason, since I am able to say on my end that it seems to be the case that Banjo fans will be surely in for a smashing good time. Now, a smashing good time, that sounds very familiar. And of course, a tease from Shinobi 602, this comes from ScreenRant.com reporting on this, so that's a big deal, which is a moderator on Reset Era, indicates that none other than Banjo from the Microsoft-owned Banjo Kazooie, which was of course first owned by Nintendo coming to Nintendo 64 with Banjo Kazooie and Tooie, franchise is joining Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's roster through DLC. Shinobi 602 teased, this is the quote, "Been a while since we saw Banjo in anything. Hope we're in for a smashing good time." It's lacking any sort of subtlety, they say, but it's the leaker's track record that makes this remark stand out. Now, listen to this, because this is not just some guy on Reset Era. It's like a big mod or even like an administrator. This may seem like a bit of a stretch, but Shinobi 602 is responsible for reporting a number of things within the industry before anyone else. He leaked God of War's Norse setting months before it was public knowledge, which is a big deal for those of you who've seen the God of War, like the new game's making of. They were extremely secretive about the entire process of that game, the development cycle of it, like reinvigorating the entire character of Kratos, and then it just gets leaked by some guy. That must be, like, no one could ever have predicted that big of a change in that franchise at all. And leaked details about several major games, so not just Nintendo games, right? Mass Effect Andromeda, Spider-Man, The Last of Us 2, and even teased the reveal of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in the March 2018 Direct via Twitter. So all of these things ended up being true. This person has someone on the inside or is on the inside and knows this stuff. I mean, I can't possibly imagine that there's just this teasing of something like Banjo is so crazy, like off the books, that, it has to be correct. It's important to note a healthy dose of skepticism should be taken with this report, since Nintendo has yet to officially announce the next fighter for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Still, a crossover with Microsoft character isn't that far-fetched when considering the company's current plans for the future of Xbox, namely its Netflix for game service called xCloud. Well, it's called xCloud for now. They'll probably change the name because it sounds weird, and the fact that it's helped bring games like Minecraft, which also has Master Chief content, and it has Mario content, and Cuphead, which is appearing on Nintendo Switch. More projects are set to be following suit, but Banjo and Kazooie appearing in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate would be a long-awaited homecoming for the Bear and Bird, who were originally owned by Nintendo, of course. Only time will tell if there's rumor bears fruit, but maybe E3 2019 will provide the limelight that Banjo Kazooie so rightfully deserves to be in. Yeah, and a lot of people have been talking about this, sending in tweets, talking to the people that actually posted about the toys, which is this great account called Exquisite Gaming. Like, follow them, Exquisite Game and 3 at Twitter, because they make these great action figures. Actually, these action figures are so good. They're doing stuff from all different franchises. They're doing stuff from Call of Duty, they're doing Marvel characters, Sonic, but they are also doing characters, you guessed it, Banjo and Kazooie. They teased this very cute Banjo tease, and that got me thinking. That's the weirdest thing, because this figure for Banjo and Kazooie has some detail to it. They only posted the backside of this, so we can see some sort of Banjo with Kazooie in the backpack, the Rare logo, and this is actually a redesigned backpack with a lot of detail on it that wasn't on any other render, that wasn't in the Microsoft, like the Xbox nuts and bolts version. It's got some fur on there, it's got some feather texture on Kazooie as well, it's got the pants, it's got a lot of detail that makes you think, could this have been made for a Super Smash Bros. Render? I wonder. Well, that could definitely be the case. I could definitely see something like that happening because I feel like they're bringing back characters from a long time ago and reinvigorating them for a new audience. Think of something like Mega Man appearing in Super Smash Bros. That totally, announced Mega Man to a whole new audience. And if you think about Exquisite Gaming doing this tiny tease of, hey, Banjo's coming, maybe, at E3 something's gonna happen. And then a known person within this community that a lot of you guys also know is called Papagenos, and he actually said on Twitter to this account, yeah, I've heard they tend to coincide with stuff with the characters. Crash with the Crash trilogy, Sonic with Sonic Mania, Spyro with the Reignited trilogy, Iron Man with Endgame, so that's a tie-in to something, right? So maybe Banjo Kazooie with ... And then Exquisite Gaming just basically said, we couldn't possibly say. And that does not sound to me at all like, we couldn't possibly say, I don't know. It's even got an exclamation mark. It's the craziest thing here. Like, everybody's kind of making these tiny hints, and some people claim to know nothing about this. Grant Kirkhope knows nothing about Banjo and Smash, the composer for the games, the early games, the Banjo games, and of course Nuts and Bolts, knows nothing about this. But a lot of people are saying, yeah, well, this might happen. The Baron Burt might be in for a smashing good time. So all of this is super strange to me. But what makes even more sense here is that another user on GameFAQs said exactly this. He never said Steve was going to be playable, though. And then Virgin commented on this, saying, yeah, Steve from Minecraft, I only ever said Minecraft content of some kind was coming, because of course everybody's pitting Steve against Banjo, because they're both Microsoft-owned characters, and they wouldn't possibly do two Microsoft characters in the Fighter's Pass. That'd be a little bit of an overload, right? So yeah, one should be winning, and then if it's Banjo, then Steve's not happening. So if this leaker said that it was going to be Steve, then of course that whole Banjo theory that he's doing now doesn't make sense. But he said exactly this, I only ever said that Minecraft content of some kind was coming, which I still do believe. But I've already explained the situation and background behind my Minecraft info and the timeline of things that happen. You can look for that post here. GameFAQs navigation for posts are a bit more time consuming than they need to be to look for, but I'm sure that this user has the direct links to my statements on hand for Minecraft content and commenting on Steve's stuff that I talked about recently. Here's the big one. I do have anything to say about Banjo leaks because I have something to share about Banjo leaks. I heard today that regarding Banjo and Kazooie being one of the Fighter's Pass characters, they are DLC, but not 100%, 99%. So this is the big one, right? The 1% chance. And then Don actually posted, well, Erdrick could still be in. Vergerben isn't necessarily wrong. And then he actually posted, Erdrick is in. So that's really definitive to me, right? If this person that leaked so much stuff in the past actually is saying, oh, no, Erdrick from Dragon Quest, he's in, definitely. Oh, and by the way, Banjo Kazooie could 99% sure be in the game as well. Now, everybody is losing their minds. The Erdrick Defense Force and Banjo Bros are coming together to form a big kind of team together. It's Goku and Frieza going at it to defeat the big bad Steve. So the entire internet is going crazy about this. I love it. I can't possibly know what the real deal is between this because leaks are happening every day. Everyone knows seems to know the entirety of the Smash community and the answer to everything. I don't know. I'm just happy to be in this space, to be talking about these things because it's going to explode within a few days. E3 is around the corner. Some stuff has already been coming out, and I can't wait to hear which character is joining. And one more cool thing that is happening in the Twitterverse is actually that we are getting some very, very cool Smash Brothers related stuff. because we are actually getting a Super Smash Bros. Emoji. So Nintendo of America said, ready to watch the hashtag Super Smash Bros. Ultimate World Championship 2019 on 6/8 for a limited time starting today. Tweet about Smash Bros. Ultimate with any of these hashtags for a custom Smash Ball emoji. Now, this is pretty fun because a lot of people are saying, custom Smash Ball emoji, will this be available when Banjo gets announced? All that kind of stuff. So what's weird about this is that they're going all in for Smash Brothers, and Smash Brothers is a game that's already out for a very long time that Nintendo isn't saying, is having a very big presence. They are doing a tournament with it. So are we getting a newcomer at that tournament, before even the Nintendo Direct happens? Are we getting a newcomer reveal trailer, or maybe even a drop, a mic drop? Oh, by the way, the character is now available to download for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and may that character even be Banjo? Well, seeing that they even have an emoji on Twitter for just Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, again, that's been out for this long, I can safely say there will be content for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate coming. I don't know what the character will be, and if all this evidence is right, we might be getting Erdrick, we might be getting Banjo Kazooie. I am super excited about this. I'll be like plastered to my screen for the entirety of E3. I can't wait to talk to you guys live about this. So I'd love to hear what you guys think of this. If you comment down below, you could be featured in our next video. And today's comment question is, do you think Erdrick and Banjo are both in? So let me know in the comments down below. Our previous comment question talks a little bit about the fact of mascots coming to Super Smash Bros. And it's Nat Holmquist saying, who's next on the list of dead mascots? Honker? Neutral special is projectile vomiting. Charge up by drinking booze. Very powerful attack, but it randomizes your controls for a brief time. So Ned, thank you so much for your comment. I actually thought you were making fun of things, but then you're starting to be a little serious with very powerful attack, but it randomized your controls for a brief time. I actually like that, when Conker was in the game, your controls didn't work and he was walking from left to right because he was so drunk. I like the idea. I don't think that the character has a place in Smash Brothers because it's very foul-mouthed and the character hasn't appeared in that kind of a stance for a lot of years, but I do feel like if Rare gets a chance for a character in Smash and we do get Banjo, then that energy, that comedy, that soul that also is in Conker as a character, that will appear in Super Smash Bros. In some form. And if Banjo is in, then there's music from the Banjo franchise, which is of course very reminiscent of all that kind of Nintendo Rare era stuff, and it will be just amazing to hear. I can't wait if there's going to be remixes for that character. It's going to be incredible. It's going to make me shed tears just thinking about it. It's going to, a wave of nostalgia. I just want to hear some crazy cool remixes of Banjo Kazooie. Just think about the beach level, just think about all the cool stuff that coincides with Banjo, the spirit battles that we could be having, the stage. I mean, what are they gonna do? Anyways, I'd love to hear what you guys think of this, so comment down below. And of course, thank you so much for sending in all these comments. These are always a ton of fun to get through. I've got a very special surprise for you guys that have been following the channel for the past few days. There's something that I know a lot of you are waiting to hear, and I might actually be doing this. I actually am recording it tomorrow, and I can't say yet what it's going to be, but it's going to be cool. It's going to feature someone that you guys know, and we're going to have fun together. Just as a little joke, but also to have a serious discussion. And of course, a very big shout out to our latest Patreon supporters. Everyone who gives just a little makes blocked content possible for me to do on a daily basis. So if you want to be a part of the channel, if you want to get exclusive content, or just support me to be able to create awesome content and even more animations. I've heard people ask about the Smash Brothers Origin series, which is my sprite-based animation series. I actually can't do that series until I have the funds to actually, pay the voice actors and pay certain, graphical elements and music. So I really need a little bit more to start that franchise, but I would love to. There's already an entire script for the first episode, and, a lot of lines have already been recorded by friends of mine who work on the franchise that are voice actors. So you guys, please support blocked content on Patreon, and we will get to a lot more animation stuff that we've already got cooking. So it's patreon.com/blocked content. There's a bunch of incredible rewards there waiting for you. And remember, if you're not yet a member of the blocked content family yet, just click that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, even through this E3 era, this entire moment. Every time we upload a video, you'll get the notification, so you won't miss a beat at E3, even though there's a new stream coming every second. All the news and fun you care about will be delivered daily to you. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you around the corner where there's always, well, I'll just let these two guys say it. Well, there's always more blocked content. See ya!